channel. My name is Andrea. So throughout the last 2 years, I've tried all kinds of self-development habits, okay? It's almost embarrassing how many I've tried. I've done the whole going to the gym every day, journaling every single day, waking up at 5 a.m. every day. You guys know the deal, okay? And like, I thought they were gonna be really helpful habits, and they did not turn out to be, not all of them at least. But there were some habits that I absolutely fell in love with and have been completely life-changing for me, honestly. And I feel like these ones that I like are ones that are not talked about enough, even though they're so damn helpful. And of course, I need to share them with you guys. So here are 10 of my favorite habits. Number 1, using a timer to get things done. So I set time limits for myself anytime I'm trying to get a task done. And the rule is that when this timer is on, I am only focused on getting the task at hand done. I am not allowed to go on my phone, talk to others, or even go to the restroom. A timer can help limit you from spending an excessive amount of time on tasks. I love that it creates this sense of urgency to get things done, and I've just found that it helps me work and think more effectively at a faster rate. And you guys, 10 out of 10, I recommend you experimenting with a timer. I promise you're gonna love it. Number 2, following the 2-day rule. So this rule simply means you will not skip a new habit for more than 2 days in a row. For instance, if you're trying to build a habit of going to the gym every day and you skipped 1 day, it's okay. You just gotta make sure you go the next. Like, many of us give up on building habits after we miss a day. We're just kind of like, screw this. But with this 2-day rule, you have a day to mess up and just be a freaking human. I love that this rule is flexible, but also strict enough to keep you on track towards building any sort of new habit. Number 3, the 80-20 rule. So I created a habit for myself to spend 80% of my time taking action and only 20% consuming content or information. Like, becoming the person you want to be and reaching all the goals that you have in life all lies in taking action. Scrolling on your phone all day and consuming a bunch of content is not bringing any significant value into your life. Like, when you learn something helpful on the internet, actually implement it in your life before you keep watching more advice videos, or else what's the benefit? Like, instead of observing and, admiring all the cool skills other people have on the internet, start developing your own skills and look up to yourself. Like, if you want to get fit, stop scrolling on your phone and go to the gym. And the truth is, sometimes you have to force yourself to take action, even when you're not motivated, but it's just what's good for you. And just keep in mind that the world we live in today is designed to keep you very addicted to consuming, so just be very careful. Number 4, news avoidance. So I have not watched the news in a very long time. Nowadays, most of the news that we see is really negative and only makes us feel anxious and terrible, and the news is just inclined to be negative because that's simply what gets people's attention. And in my opinion, you don't need to stay constantly updated about the world. Some people might think it's irresponsible, but I'm just trying to protect my mental health. The truth is, like, we have little to no control about the things that are happening around us, and other than entertain us, the news doesn't really help our lives in any significant way. Like, when was the last time the news helped you get a job? When was the last time the news gave you money or helped, improve your relationship with other people? Never, right? Like, in the case that I do need to be informed about something, my family will always let me know, my boyfriend will, or I can always check on the internet myself. Number 5, out of sight, out of mind rule. So I easily get distracted by everything, and for that reason, I try to only have things that I actually need and utilize at my work desk and in my surrounding environment. Anything that doesn't need my immediate attention or I don't use regularly is put away either in my closet or it's just hidden, okay? Doing this helps me stay more calm and focused with the things that I need to do. Like, when too many things are in your vision, you subconsciously think about them, and at least for me, it prevents me from being able to achieve a deep level of focus. Also, when I'm done using something, I hide it, whether it's my planner, my journal, my work computer. Like, I put put these things away so I can actually get a break from them, especially work-related things. Like, there's no reason I need to be reminded of work when I'm not working. Number 6, monotasking, which means focusing on one task at a time. So I used to be the queen of multitasking until I realized it doesn't actually make you more productive. At least for me personally, it only made me more anxious and hit burnout more quickly. I now try to do everything with my full awareness and attention. For instance, when I'm having a meal, I just focus on eating. I'm not on my phone or watching a show at the same time. When I'm doing things for work, I make sure to complete one task before moving on to the next. And I've noticed that if you focus on one task at a time, you're more likely to reach a flow state, and you just end up getting more done because you're not stressed about completing multiple things at the same time. I've also noticed that focusing on one task at a time not only makes me feel more calm, but I tend to also be more creative. And over time, it's also helped lengthen my attention span and be more productive in the long run. Number 7, the rule of 3. So I only have 3 priorities in my life at a given time. I used to be a person who had all kinds of so-called priorities, but the problem with having too many priorities is that none of them get the attention they need in order to get accomplished. Like, it's impossible to give your best to multiple things at the same time. You're only gonna end up stressing yourself out and never end up prioritizing anything. In my opinion, you should narrow your priorities to 3 things that really matter to you and just forget the rest. For instance, in my life right now, my 3 priorities are number 1, my YouTube channel, number 2, work because I'm trying to get better at it, and number 3, my fitness. So my priorities right now do not involve going out or spending an excessive amount of time with other people. And just remember that you can always change your priorities when you need to. Number 8, cleaning as you go. You guys, this is completely game changing, okay? Instead of waiting for your home to get really messy and disorganized and you have to end up spending like a large amount of time cleaning it, simply clean as you go, pick up after yourself as it happens. When I finish eating a meal, I'll wash my dishes afterwards. Like, if I make a mess in the bathroom sink, I clean it right away. If I come home with a new item, I make sure to put it where it belongs instead of leaving it in my car or at the front door. Like, none of these actions take more than a couple of minutes, and they help me maintain my space clean at all times. Like, cleaning as you go is such an easy and helpful habit to have, and it also makes you feel really good about yourself. Number 9, waking up early. So did you know that you have the highest levels of energy and focus during the first 8 hours after you wake up? I didn't know this. I thought this was crazy. And I refuse to give all of my best hours of the day to work, okay? I don't care if it means I have to wake up early. I make sure to wake up at 5:45 every single day, sometimes a little earlier or a little later. But the point is, I always try to have at least 2 hours for myself before I start getting ready for work. During these 2 hours, I'll work on YouTube, video ideas, I'll journal, maybe I'll do some reading. I just always love starting my day with some sort of like personal accomplishment. The early morning is also a great time to get things done without distractions. And waking up early also just helps you feel sleepy for bed. Like, I do have an early-ish bedtime, but I don't mind it since most of my productive hours are during the daylight anyway. And I just rather get to bed early and get the quality sleep I need instead of just being on my phone or overthinking the rest of the evening. And finally, number 10, having an evening ritual. So before I go to bed every single day, I always clean up my space, okay? I get things ready for the next day, like the outfit I'm gonna wear. I'll also write in my planner what I need to do the next day. And I love doing all these things in the evening. So the next morning when I wake up, I can focus my immediate attention and energy to things that are important to me, like video editing and work. Like, I don't have to worry about having to clean up my space, what outfit I'm gonna wear. All I have to worry about is doing my bed and I can start my day. That is all I have for you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this video down below, and also comment your favorite habit as well. Let's share some with each other. I really hope you guys got something helpful from this video, and as usual, I cannot wait to see you guys next time. I love you guys. Bye.